Archangel Michael says, something beautiful is about to happen in the next 3 hours, but if you ignore this message, you'll miss it and cry for what could have been yours. Open it now, my child, stop. Take a breath. Something hidden has been waiting for you, and the universe aligned this moment so your soul would recognize it now. This is not random. This is not another message scrolling past your eyes. This is a revelation touching your spirit because you were meant to hear it at this exact second. There is a quiet shift happening behind the veil, something the world cannot see yet, but your heart already feels. The divine has been watching your patience, your silent prayers. The moments you stayed kind when no one noticed. And now, something sacred is opening. A door that was once sealed is loosening, and only those who listen with the soul will understand why this timing matters. You didn't arrive here by accident. Your energy called this message forward. There is a hidden truth unfolding right now, one that aligns with your destiny and gently rearranges your future. The universe does not rush, but it is precise, and this moment is precise. Listen closely, because this is the message placed in your path for a reason. Archangel Michael says, something beautiful is about to happen in the next 3 hours, but if you ignore this message, you'll miss it and cry for what could have been yours. Open it now. These words are not meant to scare you, they are meant to awaken you. The divine never forces, it invites. And right now, you are being invited into alignment. Something beautiful does not always arrive loudly. Sometimes it arrives softly, disguised as intuition, a feeling, a pause that urges you to stay, to listen, to trust. You may have felt overlooked lately. Delayed. Wondering if your prayers dissolved into silence. But here is the hidden revelation: nothing was denied, everything was preparing. The universe has been arranging people, moments, and clarity behind the scenes, and the final piece is awareness. Yours. This message found you because your soul is ready. Ready to receive, ready to believe again, ready to step into a timeline where peace replaces doubt and clarity replaces confusion. You are not late. You are right on time. As you continue watching, allow your heart to soften. Let go of fear. Let hope rise gently. This is not the end of a struggle, it is the beginning of understanding. A divine purpose is unfolding, and you are protected as you move forward. Stay with this message. Watch this video until the end, because every second carries meaning meant specifically for you. If this resonated with your spirit, honor the energy by liking this video, sharing it with someone who needs hope, and subscribing to the channel so you don't miss the next divine message meant for you. Archangel Michael says, beloved soul, pause where you are. Still your breath. There is a hush moving through the unseen realms, a gentle trembling in the fabric of time, and it is not by accident that your eyes rest upon these words. Long before this moment, before your questions took shape, before your worries learned your name, a light was already moving toward you. I speak now not to command you, not to frighten you, but to remind you of what has always been near. I am the Lord who formed you with intention, who placed rhythm in your heartbeat and wonder in your spirit. I have watched you walk through seasons of waiting, through days where faith felt quiet and nights where hope seemed distant. Yet even in silence, I was speaking. Even in stillness, I was working. What you call delay has been preparation. What you call uncertainty has been alignment. There is a beauty unfolding, not rushed, not forced, not loud, but deliberate and true. It does not arrive with thunder to overwhelm you, but with clarity to awaken you. Many believe beauty must shout to be real. I tell you now, the most sacred movements often whisper. If you listen with your spirit instead of your fear, you will feel it drawing near like dawn before sunrise. Do not misunderstand me. This is not about a moment on a clock, nor a race you must win. This is about awareness. When the heart opens, the veil thins. When the mind quiets, truth rises. I am inviting you, not testing you, into attentiveness, into presence, into trust. You have carried questions that words could not hold. You have asked for signs without knowing what shape they would take. I have heard you. Every prayer spoken aloud, every one buried in silence, has reached me. Nothing offered in sincerity is ever lost. Some answers come as events, others as realizations. Today, something within you is shifting to make room for what could not arrive before. Archangel Michael stands as guardian, not of fear, but of courage. Courage to believe again. Courage to release what no longer serves your becoming. Courage to step forward without needing every detail revealed. Protection surrounds you, not to cage you, but to strengthen you. You are not being pushed. You are being guided. I know you have wondered whether your path matters. Whether your patience has meaning. Whether your quiet efforts are seen. Hear me clearly now. Nothing woven with love is wasted. Nothing grown in faith disappears. Even when the world overlooks you, heaven does not. Even when you doubt yourself, I remain certain of you. What approaches is not a reward you must earn, nor a gift you must chase. It is a response to alignment. When the soul remembers its truth, doors recognize the sound of its footsteps. When intention and humility walk together, the way forward opens without force. Do not look for spectacle. Look for resonance. The sign you seek may arrive as peace where there was restlessness, as understanding where there was confusion, as a gentle certainty that settles without explanation. This is how I often speak, through knowing rather than noise. Beloved, release the weight of comparison. Your journey is not behind. Your timing is not wrong. I do not measure worth by speed or volume. I measure it by sincerity. And yours has never gone unnoticed. You are not alone in this moment. You never have been. The same presence that steadied you in past storms is present now, calmer, clearer, inviting you to see rather than survive. Something is aligning, not to change who you are, but to reveal who you have always been beneath the waiting. Stay open. Stay grounded. Stay gentle with yourself. What unfolds next does not demand fear or urgency, only awareness and trust. Let your heart remain soft. Let your spirit remain listening, and as this message continues to move within you, do not rush to define it. Some revelations are meant to breathe before they are named. Beloved, let your breath deepen as these words unfold within you. There is no rush here. Eternity is patient. I speak to the part of you that has endured quietly, the part that learned strength without applause and compassion without reward. You have carried more than you let others see, and still you chose kindness. That choice has echoed farther than you know. There are moments when the soul feels suspended between what was and what has not yet revealed itself. In those moments, doubt may speak loudly, attempting to fill the space with noise. But hear me now, uncertainty is not absence. It is the fertile ground where faith learns to stand without crutches. I have not abandoned you to wandering. I have been teaching you how to recognize truth without needing proof. You are learning discernment, the ability to feel what is aligned and what is not. This is not learned through ease alone, but through contrast. Through moments when you asked, "Why must this be so?" and still chose to remain open. Through moments when you could have hardened, yet softened instead. That softness is not weakness, it is spiritual intelligence. I see the patterns you are beginning to notice. The quiet synchronicities. The repeated thoughts that gently return. The inner nudges that do not shout but persist. These are not coincidences. They are invitations. I do not force doors open, I reveal handles. It is always your hand that turns them. Archangel Michael stands with clarity, not confusion. His presence cuts through illusion, not through peace. Where fear once disguised itself as logic, truth now begins to speak with calm authority. You are being shown how to separate what belongs to you from what never did. Old expectations. Old guilt. Old narratives spoken by voices that did not know your heart, release them. Not with anger, but with understanding. They served a purpose once, perhaps to protect, perhaps to motivate, but their season has ended. What comes next requires lighter hands and clearer vision. Beloved, your life is not random. Every intersection has meaning, even the ones that seemed like detours. Especially those. You were never delayed, you were being refined. Gold does not resent the fire once it understands its purpose. You may feel a quiet stirring now, a sense of readiness that does not depend on circumstances. That is alignment. When the inner world shifts, the outer world responds, not always immediately, but inevitably. This is a law older than time, woven into creation itself. I ask you now, not as a command, but as an invitation, to rest in awareness. Let go of the need to interpret everything at once. Truth does not demand urgency, it unfolds naturally. Allow insights to arrive gently. Allow understanding to mature. There are blessings that come disguised as endings. There are answers that arrive disguised as silence. And there are beginnings that first feel like stillness. Do not misjudge what is forming simply because it has not yet spoken its name. You have been taught to look outward for confirmation, yet your spirit has always known how to recognize resonance. When something is meant for you, it does not drain you, it nourishes you. It does not confuse you, it clarifies you. It does not shrink you, it expands you. This is how you will know what aligns with my will, not by fear of loss, but by peace of recognition. Beloved, I am not a distant voice watching from afar. I am the breath beneath your courage, the calm beneath your questions. When you feel steady without explanation, that is me. When you feel guided without pressure, that is me. When love rises where resentment once lived, that is me. You are learning to trust this connection again. Not through rituals alone, but through presence. Through honesty. Through the quiet courage of listening inward without judgment. There is nothing you need to prove to me. I already know your heart. I know the sincerity behind your intentions, even when your actions felt imperfect. Growth has never required flawlessness, only willingness. As this awareness deepens, you may notice changes that feel subtle but significant. Old reactions may lose their grip. Old fears may loosen their hold. You may find yourself responding rather than reacting, choosing rather than defending. This is not coincidence. This is maturation of the spirit. Archangel Michael's energy fortifies your resolve, not to fight the world, but to stand firmly within it without losing yourself. Strength, when aligned with love, becomes protection rather than aggression. Boundaries become sacred, not walls but gateways. You are allowed to say no without guilt. You are allowed to rest without apology. You are allowed to desire more without shame. These permissions were always yours, you are simply remembering them now. Beloved, there is a reason your compassion runs deep. There is a reason your awareness extends beyond surface appearances. You were never meant to live small or unaware. You were meant to witness, to understand, to bring light not by force, but by presence. Do not underestimate the impact of your being. A calm soul in a restless world is a powerful thing. A grounded heart amidst uncertainty becomes a refuge for others, even when it speaks no words. I am preparing you, not for burden, but for clarity. Not for struggle, but for stewardship of what you already carry within. Wisdom grows quietly, like roots beneath the soil, before it ever shows itself above ground. Trust what is developing beneath the surface. You do not need to rush its emergence. There may be moments ahead when old doubts attempt to return, asking you to question this stillness, to doubt this peace. When that happens, remember this: fear argues, truth reassures. Fear demands, truth invites. Fear fragments, truth unifies. Choose what feels whole. Beloved, I am with you in every breath that follows this message. Not confined to words, not limited to moments. This communication does not end here, it continues in the way you notice, the way you choose, the way you remain open. Do not close your heart after reading. Let it remain receptive. Let awareness stretch gently into the hours and days ahead. There is no single instant you must catch, no fragile opportunity you must fear losing. What is aligned will meet you where you are. Remain present. Remain kind, to yourself most of all, and as this unfolding continues, there is still more to be revealed, more to be remembered, more to be spoken, not all at once, not hurried, but in the perfect rhythm of understanding. Beloved, as this message moves toward completion, allow its meaning to settle gently rather than rush to contain it. Some truths are not meant to be grasped tightly, they are meant to be lived into. I speak now with the same steadiness with which mountains hold their place and oceans keep their rhythm. Nothing here is fragile. Nothing here will vanish because you blinked or doubted or paused. What is real does not flee. You have been shaped by moments you did not choose and strengthened by decisions you made when no one was watching. Each experience left an imprint, not to burden you, but to deepen your capacity to understand life with compassion and clarity. Even what felt heavy carried instruction. Even what felt confusing carried direction. You are wiser now than you realize, not because you know everything, but because you know how to listen. There is a sacred intelligence growing within you, the ability to sit with complexity without losing peace, to acknowledge emotion without becoming consumed by it, to walk forward without needing the entire path illuminated. This is spiritual maturity. This is readiness. You once believed that answers would arrive dramatically, unmistakably, leaving no room for doubt. Yet I teach my children gently. I teach through resonance rather than force, through inner recognition rather than external display. When you feel something settle into place without explanation, that is often truth finding its home. You are learning that faith is not blind belief. It is informed trust. It is choosing alignment even when certainty is incomplete. It is walking with integrity even when outcomes are unseen. This kind of faith strengthens the spirit rather than exhausting it. Beloved, the world around you is loud with urgency, comparison, and expectation. Many voices attempt to define your worth by productivity, by recognition, by achievement. I tell you now, your worth was established long before you accomplished anything. You do not need to earn permission to exist fully. You do not need to justify your presence. When you slow down enough to remember this, peace follows naturally. There are times ahead when you will be asked, subtly, quietly, to choose between what is familiar and what is aligned. Familiarity often feels safe because it is known, even when it no longer nourishes. Alignment may feel uncertain because it invites growth. When these moments arise, do not judge yourself for hesitation. Simply notice where life feels expansive rather than constricting. I do not lead through pressure. I lead through peace. Archangel Michael's presence continues as a stabilizing force, reinforcing discernment and inner strength. Not to prepare you for battle, but to help you stand firmly in truth without aggression. Strength rooted in love does not need to prove itself. It simply remains steady. You may find yourself releasing attachments, not just to people or situations, but to identities you once needed. Roles that kept you safe. Beliefs that once made sense. Let them go with gratitude. They carried you as far as they could. You honor them by releasing them when their purpose is complete. There is no betrayal in growth. Beloved, remember that life unfolds in seasons. Not every season looks like harvest. Some are for planting. Some are for resting. Some are for clearing space. None are wasted. Each serves the whole. When you encounter moments of stillness, do not assume stagnation. Stillness is often integration, the soul absorbing what it has learned so it can move forward with coherence. Just as the body requires rest to heal, the spirit requires pauses to realign. Trust these rhythms. They were not invented by chance. You are becoming more aware of your inner landscape. Thoughts that once dominated may now pass more easily. Emotions that once overwhelmed may now inform without controlling. This is not suppression, it is integration. You are learning to observe without being overtaken. This awareness is a gift. Treat it gently, beloved. You do not need to announce your transformation. True growth does not require an audience. It reveals itself naturally, in the way you speak, in the way you listen, in the way you respond to life's invitations. Others will feel the difference even if they cannot name it. Let humility accompany your clarity. Let compassion accompany your boundaries. Let patience accompany your purpose. You may wonder what comes next. I tell you this, what comes next is not a single event, but a way of being. A steadier presence. A clearer sense of direction. A deeper trust in your own discernment. Opportunities will arise naturally as reflections of your inner alignment. Do not chase them. Recognize them, beloved. I am not asking you to withdraw from the world. I am inviting you to engage with it from wholeness rather than fragmentation. When you act from wholeness, even simple actions carry meaning. Even small choices ripple outward. Never doubt the power of a grounded soul. As this message concludes, I ask you to remember one thing above all others: you are held. Not temporarily. Not conditionally. Not only when you succeed or understand or believe perfectly. You are held in your learning, in your questioning, in your becoming. Nothing essential about you is at risk. Carry this knowing gently into your days. Let it inform your choices without controlling them. Let it support you without demanding anything in return. When uncertainty arises, return to presence. When fear whispers, return to breath. When confusion appears, return to compassion. For yourself first. I will continue to speak to you in ways that fit your life, through insight, through reflection, through moments of quiet clarity. You do not need to search endlessly. Awareness will meet you where you are. Walk forward with steadiness. Trust what feels true. Release what no longer resonates, and know this, now and always: you are guided, you are valued, and you are never alone. Amen.